All right, sometimes I gotta think what Disney is thinking when they come to making these, remakes, prequels, sequels, and things like that. You have National Treasure 3. John Voight's still alive, Helen Mirren's still alive, Diane Kruger's still alive, Nicolas Cage is still alive. Make a National Treasure 3. But we're watching Freaky Friday first. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing Freaky Friday. So what's about pretty simple premise. You know the story. Daughter, mother, swaps bodies, and they gotta figure out how to swap back before the wedding. And who done it? The Chinese restaurant. So when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, they would probably never make that joke again because of the cultural sensitivity with some of those jokes. I thought they were funny. But this movie is a remake from, I want to say, a 1974 movie as Jodie Foster when she was a kid. And, the same Freaky Friday. But now we have a third Freaky Friday. If you want to put it that way, we also have Freaky with Vince Vaughn. But that's a completely different franchise. But now Freakier Friday is now 4 people swapping bodies. And now going back to the Lindsay Lohan, Jamie Lee Curtis movie, it is a cute one. I mean, I can't not lie that there are good gags. It's funny. It's funny watching Mark Hamill. Now, I said Mark Hamill, right? That is wrong. Harmon? Mark Harmon. Sorry, who's from, guess it, NCIS. Something out of NCIS. And he is going to be in the Freakier Friday sequel. So I'm kind of intrigued to see him in this movie. But it is a simple, fun movie. Fun Disney movie when they used to be fun. And that's where I'm a little bit nervous for Freakier Friday, because watching this is like, oh, some of your jokes are edgy. You're not scared to push the boundary a little bit. You're not scared to not be quote-unquote woke or have an agenda in the movie. There is no agenda in this movie except a girl who wants to be with a guy and wants to be in a band, but she's having an angst with her mother, and the mother just wants to have like a good relationship with the daughter, but can't, has a son as well. And, just a little bit of shenanigans in this movie. Of course, I watched this on Amazon Prime. I had to rent it because I do not own it. The only way to own this on Blu-ray is through the Disney Movie Club, and I never had that. And apparently on on a DVD or whatever on eBay, it's like $60. So I'm like, you know what? I will wait until Freakier Friday probably gets a 4K release, and that probably means Freaky Friday will get a 4K release as well. So when it comes to quality of the movie, like with the look of it, I got nothing to give it to you. The story itself, like I said, you've seen it before with, swap roles. And like I said, you've seen it before. And I think Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis both do a fantastic job with switching who they are in these bodies, especially with, Lindsay Lohan having to act like the mom and vice versa. And I think it's just a sweet film. Not like sweet, man. It's a sweet, cute film about relationships, about should you really be mad at your parents or daughter in that specific way, because there is more to the world than that. Also, the relationship with the brother, having a cute little moment in between about writing a letter. Like I said, there's little moments like that. And you do feel the 2000s in this movie. And that's also a breath of fresh air for me, because actually, the soundtrack is pretty popping in this movie. It is fun, and I'm like, oh, that's a jam, that's a jam, that's a jam. So I'm like, let's go with this soundtrack and music, because I was down to party with this. Negative, like I said, you've seen this before. You know exactly what's going to be around every turn. It's a Disney movie. You know what's going to happen. But like I said, I miss the holes. I could put Freaky Friday in this. I miss the live action Disney sports movies, like Remember the Titans, like Miracle. What other live action Disney movies came out in the 2000s? You got to help me out in the comments below, where it's like the early 1990s and the 2000s. National Treasure 1 and 2, like Pirates of the Caribbean, but that was like 2007, a little bit later. But you kind of understand what I'm getting at, right? Where Disney had the fun. They said, you know what? We had Jerry Bruckheimer, and we're just going to make a simple, fun movie for the family with no agenda. some funny jokes, something that maybe pushes the envelope here and there, but it's agenda-free. It's actually refreshing to watch that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Freakier Friday doesn't go that route, because just like, I know it's a completely different franchise, but this is a 90s franchise as well. I Know What You Did Last Summer, this new I Know What You Did Last Summer was garbage. It had an agenda, it was woke, it was disgusting. So I'm just fingers crossed that Freakier Friday doesn't go down that path and Disney will learn its lesson, because I like Disney. Even though people say, oh, you're a Disney adult. Not really. I don't go to Disney World or Land ever. I've never been to Disneyland. But I collect Walt Disney pieces. I collect either cells or real drawings from old cartoons like Fox and the Hound, Fantasia. My goal is to get one from each movie. Like Cinderella's going to be very expensive. Dumbo's going to be very expensive. Sleeping Beauty's going to be very expensive. But if I could just get one something from each, movie, that'd be fantastic. Who Framed Roger Rabbit might be next, because I see one that I really like. But overall, Freaky Friday, Lindsay Lohan in her prime, Jamie Lee Curtis does a good job. The directing's fine, the acting's fine, the writing's fine. It's just a cute Disney movie, which they don't make anymore. Like, after Freakier Friday, think about a live action movie that isn't a remake or a live action of a cartoon. Because personally, I can't think of one. Like, maybe I'm just drawing a brain fart, but it's cartoons and live action remakes. Cartoons, live action remakes. Cartoons, live action remakes. And yes, this might be a sequel, but come on, Disney. Give us some live action, just fun films that are not based on previous properties. But I'm ranting. I shouldn't be ranting. This is supposed to be about Freaky Friday and how it's kind of in a time capsule just to have fun. But the main question is, too, how is Freakier Friday going to do in the box office? Is it going to bring out the women that like this movie? Because when we look on Rotten Tomato, it's like in the 50s for the audience score. Or will Weapons take the top spot? We'll find out. But overall, like I said, Freaky Friday, it does its job. It's cute. It's fun. It's to the point. I was kind of dragging to watch this movie, but I had a fun time. Freaky Friday will receive a 4 out of 5 with Futons, which equals that 80%. We'll see what the critics and user scores gave this one. So we have critics a 88% of the 157 of them. Like I said, audience score of 58% with over 250,000. And that is why I'm curious on what happened to this movie that's not reaching the right audience score, but getting a sequel. Kind of interesting. Maybe it's just because they want a Lindsay Lohan kind of, renaissance. Critic consensus. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan's charm in the Mark Waters' nicely pitched in Disney's second remake of the 1976 hit. 76, I said 75. And yes, the guy's name is Mark Harmon. That's my bad. Oh yeah, it's Chad Michael Murray. I totally forgot about that. Anyway, 58, 88, 80. Chase out here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of these Futontopia. You Blue Futonies. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. I don't care if you watch today, tomorrow, week from a month, and a year from now. Every single freaking one of you. Peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, that's a horrible way to end the video. With a burp.